some network marketing questions that you can be asking prospects. Look, you've done a great job at getting prospects and getting leads and getting people coming to you asking for information, but what questions should you be asking them? What's the conversation that you should be having to end in a closed deal, a new customer or a new rep in your downline? Let's talk about it. All right, my friend, welcome back. Now look, I'm actually going to give you a free download where I'm going to give you my downline script. So all you have to do is go to downlinescripts.com, go there, and I will deliver a lot of these closing questions that I use every time I have someone who's interested in joining the downline or whatever it may be. This is the exact framework that I use to close and get the deal and get signups. And so what I want to do is actually give you a couple really great questions that you can be asking, because I don't want you to, get a prospect, get a lead, and then someone who's actually interested, they just have a couple questions and then blow the whole thing. And so I'm going to break down exactly why these questions work so well, why they're good questions, and you should definitely be asking these questions to figure out, is this someone you actually want on your team or someone that you want to be spending your time with as a customer of yours? So the way the process works for me is I always bring people in through a funnel. They go in, they grab some kind of a free download, and from there they're going to book a call with me and they're going to say, yes, I'm interested in joining your downline. So I already know this is a good candidate by using a network marketing funnel. And so use a funnel to pre-sift and pre-sort your leads so that you're only spending your time with people who know that they're going to be joining an opportunity. For me, I want people to know you're going to join an opportunity if I get on the call with you, right? And so when I'm on the phone with them, a lot of people get freaked out because they're like, well, I got to say all the right things. What if they ask me about the compensation plan? What if they ask me about the ingredients of the product? If you come in that scenario, always know that you have tools and resources that explain your comp plan or the ingredients in your product way better than you can. So make your tools make you money. Now, some of the questions I'm going to ask when I'm on the phone though with them are things like this. What is it exactly that you're looking for? Because that question right there tells me, hey, they're looking for this. They're looking for time freedom. They're looking for extra money. Whatever it is, I want to know, can I help you get that result? And if I can, we're going to move on. Another question you can ask is, what are your dreams and goals? Again, this is kind of like what is exactly looking for, but it's again another way to say, hey, what is it that you really want? What would that mean to you to have that thing? Explain to me why that means a lot to you. Again, you don't need to be that person who says all the right things. You have to be that person who acts all the right things. You ask good questions, you're going to get good answers. Another great question that I like to ask is, where would you like to see yourself in, say, 3 years from now? Again, we're trying to get them to think about what is it that they want to achieve? What are the goals? What are the outcomes? What are the things that they're looking for? And this is a great question to ask because we can be realistic. In 3 years from now, are we going to turn them into a billionaire? Probably not. But we can kind of, if they say something like, hey, I want to be a billionaire, we can start to say, okay, well, based off of that, we need to kind of reevaluate what we're looking at, what your day-to-day grind is really going to be looking like, versus, hey, I want to make an extra $300, $500 a month. Then we're going to be like, okay, yeah, absolutely. That's a little bit more realistic. But now we can start to shift the conversation towards what they want and what they need to do to get that. I'm going to show you how to bridge that gap. So another question I like to ask is, what are you doing now to get yourself there? Right? Remember, this is where they want to be. This is where they're at right now. What are they doing? What do they have in place to get there? Most likely they don't have anything, and that's why they're coming to you. And so they're looking for opportunity. Yes, they could be into investments. Yes, they could be into like Forex or Bitcoin and all that stuff. But do they have a plan in place to get from where they're at to where they want to be? Probably not. So that's where you come in, bridging the gap. So the next question you can ask is, how do you plan on accomplishing those goals? Do you have a plan? And they're probably going to say no, which is why they're talking to you. Actually, 9 times out of 10, that's the exact thing that I hear. No, I don't have a plan. That's why we're on the phone. Now, maybe they might bring up, I've tried things like this in the past. I've done other network marketing businesses, which is fine. Ask them this question. What made you join a previous business? What was it you're looking for? This is great because you're kind of being this little investigator trying to figure out, well, what is it that they liked about the previous business? What is it they didn't like about previous business? Now that you've asked them, like, hey, what are your goals and what's the plan that you have to get you from here to over here? If they say nothing, that's why I'm talking to you. We can now start going into like the close. And now this is where a lot of people get jittery. They're like, oh my God, I gotta ask for the sale. I gotta be super spammy about it. I gotta be super hypey about it. Look, like if you're trying to hype up your opportunity, hype on an opportunity is like a damp, wet blanket. If your opportunity is nothing but fire, Putting a damp, wet blanket is all of that. Like your prospects are going to smell that desperation. And look, just be cool, be calm with it. If they're going to join, they're going to join. If they're not, they're not. But it's not the end of the world if they don't. So I'm going to go in for the close, and I'm going to say, okay, well, based off what you shared with me, I think that I have something you'd be interested in. Now I got to hop off this call because I've got another call coming up, or my kids are about to wake up from a nap. But if I sent you a video that showed you how you would be able to insert any of their goals there, make an extra $300 a month, get paid to make an impact on more people, spend more time doing what you loved, whatever their goals were, insert that there. Would you be open to checking it out and get back to me? Now they're gonna say yes. They're always gonna say yes. If I sent you this video, showed you how you could crush your goals, would you check it out and get back to me? Hell yeah. And so they say yes. All I would do from there is send them the link to a YouTube video or anything that explains your opportunity so that you don't have to. I would send them the link to that video, and then I would set a time to follow back up with them. That's it. Remember, you don't want to be the message, the person that has to think of all the details and what about your comp plan and your company history and all that stuff. No, point them to the tools, aka a video on YouTube or a PDF, something that explains your opportunity best. And that's how simple it is. You do not need to be a super salesman. You just have to ask good questions. All you have to do, compile those questions that I've given you, plus go get my closing framework, my downline scripts. Go to downlinescripts.com. The link is right below in this video in the description section below. Go grab that, and it'll help you close more sales confidently and duplicate your success. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.